Hey guys, so I'm going to start off this video by saying I do not miss that job at all. I feel like a free woman. I feel like I'm restarting and rebuilding my life, and it feels so good to be able to not stress about like performing at work and to really just think about what it is that I want and what I want my life to be and all the things. So, this video pretty much I'm just going to be sharing my internal battles, the things that I have realized in myself since being laid off, the overall vision for like where I see my life as far as now, and just kind of like sharing the journey of like what this is looking like so far. So, number one, having the first couple weeks, I told myself like the first 2 weeks, it's all about clearing my head, not just scrambling and not being intentional with my actions, but focusing on God, focusing on myself. So, being in the gym, being really consistent with the routine, building a routine, kind of having a rough outline of like what I want my days to be, and thinking clear before making all these decisions about what it is that I want. So, I literally took the time in my handy dandy notebook and I was so specific, guys, in every aspect of my life. I started off by saying, what does Christine want? If when it comes to what we want, it can be easy to make a decision based off of like our limiting beliefs, doubt, fear, limited resources, all of the things. I literally said, okay, God, if I'm not putting you in a box and I can fully be myself and be honest about what I want in my life, this is what I'm going to write. And so I got so specific, even when it comes to details. So right now, I feel like I have the opportunity to start my life over. Not start from scratch, but I do feel like I'm in a whole new era and I'm in this total like blueprint phase of rebuilding my life. But this time with God, I'm not concerned. I've done all of the stuff that one can do on their own. I've had failed projects, no fruit, nothing has happened from that. And now I just feel like, okay, this is your time to really partner with God and build out your dream life. So just being honest with him about like, of course his will would be done, but being honest with him about like what I truly want if I'm not limiting Christine. So I go on and talk about like the city that I want to live in. What does that look like? Do I want to purchase? Do I want to rent? Am I going to travel to those places to explore? What do I want from the city? For me, art, culture, community. I want to be able for Khalil to have tons of things to do for kids. I got specific about the type of vision I see myself, like overall lifestyle. What would I like for my lifestyle to be? Literally, I got so specific, guys. I wrote down what my ideal morning was and what my day would look like. I wrote down like the ideal qualities in a partner that I really want, the type of content that I would want to make, and all that type of stuff. With all of that, I'm in this phase since I am in my rebuilding phase and I am starting over. I have been having a lot of internal battles of like feeling really, really inadequate to do this. So, with being laid off, it's kind of pushed me out from like my norm of like going to work, working out, going home, doing all of the things that we all do on a regular day to day without like thinking about it because that's literally what we do. And it's made me feel like compared to the vision and like the dreams that I've had and all this type of stuff, it not that I'm believing this narrative, but this does come in my head of just like feeling like I don't have what it takes for the vision to come to pass and just feeling really inadequate. Like I've been feeling like, wow, this is going to be really hard. Or Christine, do you really have what it takes? Are you are you disciplined enough? Do you have the correct, you know what I'm saying? Like the ideas that people even care about, like content wise, especially if you want to be intentional, because I feel like I've definitely am still coming out of that phase of like needing to be put together and just do things for the visual aspects or the aesthetic. And I really just want to be open and honest and raw with my journey, my story, and, you know, all of the things. It's no longer just about blowing up over the superficial, showing you guys the highlights and not sharing my thoughts, my true feelings about things, opening up and sharing my story, blah, blah, blah. So with that, I've just been feeling like I don't have what it takes, but here's what I've learned since I've been reflecting on that is the superpower. Like the fact, if you feel inadequate in your career, in motherhood, parenthood, when it comes to chasing your dreams, building your life, I think that we can see our inadequacy as a bad thing because we think that we have to be superwoman or superman and become the woman and man of our dreams, because I feel like that's what culture really normalizes, is this just kind of taking this self-sufficient route when it comes to life. But when I was just thinking about inadequacy, I really was thinking about David in the Bible, and when David literally killed a giant with a little stone. And that just goes to show that you're not going to feel like you're supposed to rely on yourself, because you're not. I think it's so significant how he killed a huge giant that everybody was afraid of with a little small pebble, because it just shows that it wasn't him that did it. It was God. It was God's will for it to happen. It was God's sovereignty, God's power. It wasn't the fact that David was big and strong. He just put his trust in God. And so I'm like, wow, that's a really good way to look at inadequacy. So like, this is an opportunity. It is bigger than me. It is going to be harder for just me. I am limited in my abilities, my talents, all of the things. But that space that I feel that is meant to partner with God and meant to seek his will and let him do it, because with him just comes ease and flow and just alignment, which is where I want to be. I don't desire to do life on my own anymore. So when I take the time to just be clear, it's like, okay, well, what am I going to post and talk about? And as I've shared, like in other, I think like my last video or something, I shared how like I really struggle with being open and vulnerable, and I kind of like to be like in the back, just like kind of like ghosted when it comes to life, and like pop out when I want to and then be gone when I want to as well. But I was listening to a sermon by Sarah Jakes the other day, and she was just talking about how like, don't forget how you're doing what you're doing or why you end up where you end up. There's people that need you, that need your story, that need your testimony, that need whatever it is that you're going through. And when we take an approach of just seeking gain for ourselves and just selfish ambition, it really robs the people around us, the people that need you and need your story, of their breakthrough, of their hope, of their testimony. So it's just been like, how can I share what I'm going through in a way that's authentic and real and creative? So I just been thinking about like maybe having a series on here, or I don't know. I think I do know. It's just the fact that like, again, with the doubt, sometimes we feel like our ideas aren't amazing. But I've been thinking about a little series of just documenting the blueprint phase and starting my life over with intention, with clarity, not all of the steps, of course, but really just at the end of the day, making it about surrender and letting God do his thing, and me just kind of like taking the back seat on it. So that's another thing. My home. So, okay, I've been at this place and I love my apartment. My apartment is beautiful. I love all of the things. This is literally everything that I prayed for with this place. But lately, guys, I have been given the ick with my apartment. Like, it's just been giving me the ick, because I always was in this mindset of needing things. I'm always waiting for something. Like, it's like, no, I don't want to buy my dream furniture, my dream coffee table if this isn't my dream place. But it's like, this is literally your home. I have to get out of the mindset of waiting to do big things or waiting to do things that I really, really want to do, because I'm not in the dream version of it. Like, you become the dream. The beauty of the journey is the journey. It's not the destination. So I've made little upgrades. I've completely upgraded my vanity, and I ordered this cute little rug, and I've just been really figuring out, like, who is Christine for real? You're not this like neutral color, straight corner type of girl, figuring out what my personality is and how to reflect that in my home. So I did get a coffee table, guys. I found this super cute coffee table. It's like faux marble. It's gorgeous. I bought a rug and I upgraded my vanity. And then here I'm going to insert some of my inspo for my room. Because one thing I realized, I don't like matchy. I want different textures. I want different colors. I want different prints. I want different shapes. Like, I want it to feel flavor, but I also want it to be cohesive and all make sense at the same time. But I do like the idea of like a zebra print rug, which is what I ordered, and like some cheetah print pillows. This is where I am right now when it comes to like home Christine life. Really been taking the time to like get my butt and grind in the gym, because one thing I'm not going to be is falling off and big backed around here. I rebuke that. Okay. I feel like with age, I just want to get better. I want to look better. I want to make more money. I want to be just all the things that Christine can be. Now I feel like I'm really ready to just do all of the things. I have so many ideas, so many content ideas. I want to like not be niched either. I don't want to just do beauty. I don't want to just do fashion. I don't want to just do sit down talks. I want to like travel. I want to do all of the things, guys. Like, I want to be Christine for a living. I don't want to be one category of a person, because I'm not one category of a person. Clearly, I've done 1,000 different things and 1,000 different hobbies in my life, in my 20s alone. So yeah, that's where I am. These are my thoughts. And so now I just feel like it's time to show up. And even if when I do apply for jobs again, because I am going to put my all in content, but also apply for jobs in case, you never know. But being intentional about what I even want from that, because honestly, corporate, I'm not a person that bashes corporate or like, I can't work for nobody. I don't have that mindset, but I want to be free. I want financial freedom. I want life freedom. I want to be able to pack my bags in a week and go to Rome, or pack my bags and travel to, do whatever I want. I really don't want the like mundane, everyday, same thing type of lifestyle. So we'll see on that. I'm just going to call this a brain dump. I'm going to do a random upload. I told myself, yes, I'm going to stick to a routine. So once I come out with a series or whatever I'm thinking of doing, I have these random brain dumps where I just unload what my thoughts are, my perspective, all of the things. So I will see you guys soon. Hope you have a good week. And also, if you could leave your feedback, like, being my situation, what would you like to see? Does the series sound good? Do you like the sit downs? Like, what do we like? What do we think? I need some cooperation. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.